Rangers, I have a very important mission for you. Find my genitalia. You will not find it. I am a null. It's horny. Anywho, so I am in a tube. Don't ask how this happened. Things happen to me. It's normal. I'm a weirdo. I get into weird stuff. So, while I'm in this fish tank, I'm going to talk about another thing I watched. Power Rangers Once and Forever. So, for those of you who apparently were never children in the last 30, 40 years, Power Rangers was a TV show. It was on Fox Kids. It was made by taking footage from an old Japanese Sentai show, which was guys in spandex fighting rubber monsters, taking that footage, re-editing it with American actors and writing, and it was about the most 90s thing you could possibly imagine, and I loved it. A lot of people my age loved it, and it still goes on to this very freaking day. Honestly, I can't think of a show that has lasted this long continuously with the same continuity since, I guess Star Trek technically counts, even though they kind of took a break with the newer Trek movies. They pretended that was a total reboot. It wasn't. They changed their minds immediately. But yeah, Power Rangers is a thing that has been running for a shockingly long time. And over time, people get old, life happens, reality sucks, and at some point we decided, hey, it's been a long time, it's time to get the original cast back together and deal with the fact that and before the filming and then right as production was about to start, several of them are no longer with us. Unfortunately, due to timing, the special is only really designed to deal with the death of one actor. That would be the girl who played Trini, who died in a car crash back in 2001, if I recall. Unfortunately, Tommy's actor also passed away literally right before production. So while he's in the show, he's in it technically via stock footage and just voiceover stuff. That sucks. That was very sad, actually, whenever that happened. The whole thing, the special is, for the most part, it is a fun time. Like, it is mostly a 90s nostalgia romp, essentially. But it is based around dealing with loss and how people process it. Now, this is a Power Rangers thing. This is not great shakes of Oscar caliber acting or staging or whatnot. This is technically a special about a kids show. Get back with some of the characters who have all grown up and dealing with how the car's life has given them. But it's still really cheesy. The dialogue is silly. There's some people in brightly colored spandex kicking rubber monsters. It ends with a robot fight on the moon. It's still Power Rangers. But it is nice to have basically closure, essentially, for some of the characters. One character particularly in here. And that is nice. Like, Power Rangers, the way that show is made, it's a serialized show to where you get a bunch of actors, you film it all at once, and after the first couple of seasons, the production design would basically grab a whole new cast every year, start with new Sentai footage, new cast of actors, and go. And unfortunately, that caused some stuff to get left by the wayside. And the death of Trini's actress was one of those things that's never really been addressed, and this does give the character closure and a torch passing, which is nice. So the main plot here is we pick back up with the Power Rangers, the original Mighty Morphin Go-Go Power Rangers set, and it's right, we see Rita Repulsa get brought back as a creepy robot thing, and she kills Trini in combat, and Billy and Zach have to raise Trini's daughter and take over being parental figures for her and deal with the fact that, well, one of their friends died. And it's got a lot going on here, especially for something that's, again, a 90s nostalgia bait kids show reunion. But they are trying, and I'm actually a bit surprised. There actually is some decent acting here. Like, they got some good stuff happening here, and there's a lot of some fun stuff here. This makes this whole thing sound like a downer, which it is a little bit, because this whole thing is designed both as a anniversary thing and a reunion and a remembrance. So it has a tone that it should have. It's respectful as well. A friend of mine, holy hell, he hates that Power Rangers movie, the one that came out like in 2013 or something, the newer one, where they all look like bowling ball texture of things, and there was a part with a apparently with a Krispy Kreme. Yeah, apparently that thing is terrible, and he hates it with all of his soul. And from what I've seen of it, it's because that thing does not respect what the hell it's actually adapting. You can take you can do a piss take at whatever you're adapting. That's fine. But if you don't respect it from the first place, at that point it's coming from a place of being nasty to it. You can make fun of something that you love and be respectful about it. Making fun of things we love is part of why we love things. If you don't respect the material, one, what are you doing? And two, it's just missing the point and just mean-spirited. It's just no thank you. This thing understands what it is, what it's adapting, what it's doing, and it's no great shade. Like, again, this is a Netflix TV special bringing back characters and actors from a kids show back in the 1990s. It understands what it is, but it is exactly what it should be, which is Power Rangers. It's people in spandex fighting rubber monsters while evil witch lady goes, 10,000 years, yada yada yada. It's what it should be. Nostalgia side of things, if you are a fan, one, you've already watched this. Two, it's pretty fun for the fans. There are a ton of deep cuts, lots of references. They're the kind of references that if you don't get them, it won't stop the plot. The movie does not, well, the show, special, does not stop and explain the reference to you, because that's annoying. If you see what it is and you recognize it, cool, you're happy, you're good. If you don't, it doesn't hurt. The budget's clearly not high. It has enough to do what it's supposed to be doing. The only real, I'd say, negative that you get out of that is the fact they only got back a certain number of actors because of reality. Unfortunately, 2 of them are dead now, and 1 is on probation because he was a naughty boy, and 1 of them didn't want to come back for other reasons. So we got a couple of stand-ins from the second gen Rangers. They're fine. They actually put something into. They actually canonized something from the comics, which I didn't realize till later. It was, oh, well, that's nice. That's cool. And there's lots of nods, some fun stuff. The actual fights are pretty good for Power Rangers stuff, and so that is a small qualifier, but that's still because it's obvious stunt guys who don't quite match the physical shape of these actors fighting rubber monsters. But that's fine. That's what Power Rangers has always been. That's okay. That's what we want. The actions are actually pretty good. There is a choreographer. Shockingly, because this is meant for a slightly older audience, or at least an audience who should be in there, who should have a mortgage at this point. They do actually get to use their weapons to, stab things. They're stabbing rock monsters or rubber monster things or robots, but, it's a stabbing. It's actually nice to see a stabbing with a sharp thing. Cool. The giant robot fight's fun. They're using the original OG Megazord. It's CGI, but it's decent CGI, so it looks fine. It's fun. It is what it is. I'm happy. It is what it should be. A nice, respectful trip down memory lane. Put some flowers on a couple of gravestones. Say goodbyes. And go live with the rest of your friends in the 90s. And have some good nostalgia. So, I'm a cat. I'm in a tube. I'm going to say bye-bye for now. If this thing actually has a flush, I'm going to try to see if I can coerce some teenagers to come in here and push the button to get me out of this fish tank. Or possibly a robot that sounds like Invader Zim. So, have a good night. Toot toots, poop poots. The power is with you, always. Other Power Rangers things with teenagers with attitude. Cat with a pompadour. Bye.